Johnny Fontana, Half Amazing TV. Welcome to another Half Amazing tutorial. Now, I really wasn't gonna do this one now because I wanted to wait until I finished the entire What is House series so you can actually understand each genre, how to place each genre within the set. But someone's been asking me to get into how to peak during a DJ set. So I decided, let me go ahead and do the big room progressive EDM style first. Since I haven't done that series yet, I won't do EDM because I'm not EDM, but I do big room progressive. And then I'll finish off with the rest of the series. But I know that someone really wanted me to do it, so I'm going to do it. Now, keep in mind, this is very difficult to grasp the first time around. So you may have to stop and rewind certain areas to really understand, because even for me, it's kind of hard to explain because I have it in my mind, but it's hard to explain. Okay, as we know, let's start from the basics. As we know right now, because we talked about before, each subgenre is filling in, right? Because dance music is getting so big, so now it's like a community, right? So within each community, you have each house. So each house has families moving in to the community. So it's the same thing with dance music. You have, all these sub genres, where you have deep house, techno, you have electro, you have trance, you have, tech house, minimal, progressive, tribal, all that stuff. So everyone now is sort of filling in to these subgenres, and they're becoming big, so they're becoming their own little cultures. So that's why you can have someone play techno the entire night. You can have someone play deep house the entire night, someone play tech house the entire night, someone play, our percussive Latin house the entire night, okay? Because each genre is filling in. Now, when we are creating peaks, before, it used to be where you used to start off deep house, funky, and then move up into the more progressive stuff, and then end off with the after hours, late after hours, and then go into the outdoor after hours, right? Where it's more sunshine, it's more happy. But now it's like people they don't really care now. So outside, people play dark, tech house, dark minimal outside when the sun is shining at 5 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't matter, which is fine. I'm not here to judge. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to explain the properties of peaking. Now, keep in mind. Now, listen very carefully. When you are peaking, okay, it all depends on where you're starting from. So, let's say you're doing deep house. You play deep house, you can go all the way to progressive, right? That's where you peak. But remember, you also have to think about the time of the day or the time of the venue. Timing is important, and also where you are as well. So let's say you're going from deep, okay, at 10 o'clock, and then you go all the way to midnight, your peak hour, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m., you're in progressive, okay? Which many people don't do now, but let's just say you do that. When you come down, okay, in order to give people the break, you can't come down to deep house because it's too slow, because you're at 1 a.m. now, okay? Because now people have been drinking, so you can't go from deep, 122 BPM to 128, really pumping, stuff and really big tribal stuff, and go back to deep. It just doesn't make sense. But you can go from the deep house, right, percussive stuff, soulful, whatever, more, sort of sultry stuff, sexy, funky, then you go to the power stuff, then you go to the progressive stuff, then you go to the harder stuff, and then when you come down, you can slow it down with the melodic progressive stuff, and then you can stay there, right? So if you're only doing funky, then you can go funky, okay, more funky, more big room funky, and then come down a little bit and then go back up again, depending on the genre. So you have so many different genres up top. So you can have, let's say your top genre is going to be funky. Then you can go all the way up to funky, tribal, come down, just a little bit, and then come back again. But you can't go too low where you sort of just disrupt the mood, because you also have to understand where you are. And it's the same thing with the progressive. If you go from, let's say, tech house, right? Let's say you go from deep house, you go funky, then you move into sort of some tech house, right? Then you go tech house, and you can go to progressive, tech, and you go to big room tech, and then you come back down to progressive melodic tech. You don't go all the way down to really deep stuff, because it's just too much, unless it's the after hours, because then you can slow down the after hours and then you peak. So see, it goes from here, starting off, and you're also thinking where you are. That's why we have to have a subconscious lens, a wide lens, to understand where you are, the timing, and everything counts. So you go from deep, okay, you go to tech, you go progressive tech, you go up, and then you can, go down to tech, melodic tech, and then you go back up to the big room tech again, big room stuff. And then now, as you're coming down to the after hours, you can bring it down to melodic tech, and then go more into the darker, dirty beat stuff, and then plateau out. You see what I'm saying to you? But you also have to consider that there's that threshold between, let's say your gig is only until 3 a.m. So if you start from, let's say, 10 p.m., you go up until 11. So by midnight, you're pumping, and 12:30, 1, you're coming down, and then you go back up again by, let's say, 2, maybe, for 20-30 minutes, or even maybe before that. From 12:30, 12:45, you peak, you come down again, and then 1:30, you peak, up to 1:30 you peak, and then maybe 2, now you start going down into more to the darker stuff, slowly to the deeper after hours, and then you plateau out, and then from there. So it's like a nice little up, down, you peak, your final peak, and then you go. But now, if you're playing until 5 a.m., then you can do, different peaks, or you can stretch it out depending on the crowd, depending on the atmosphere, the energy of the room. So that's what's reading the crowd is. The reading the crowd, once you get good at this, the reading of the crowd is the reading of the time. It's not reading of they're not dancing, so therefore let me play something else. That's for the amateurs. We're not amateurs. You know what I'm saying to you? People say, you gotta read the crowd. Oh, listen, you pay me $75,000 to read a crowd? No. You pay me $2,000 to come and read the crowd? No. You have how many people on your Facebook? How many people on your Twitter? How many people on your Instagram? How many people did you invite to your party? And now you have to sit there and say, you don't like this song? Oh, okay, let me put on a new song for you. No, you pay me all this money. You are going to enjoy it because you follow me, so you know exactly what I'm gonna play. So it's not reading the crowd, it's reading the time. You see what I'm saying to you? Like, yo, I'm telling you, man, cats, this is too deep, man. A lot of guys, man, and girls too, man, they don't understand this is because it's just so deep, It's just like, anyway. But I'm glad I'm enjoying this with you. So now we're gonna go inside, and I have my big room progressive stuff that I'm going to invite to you, and then from there I'm going to take the big room, and I'm gonna bring it down to more of the progressive melodic tech, and then sort of leaning out into the more after hour stuff. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna go over it. All right, are you ready? Johnny Fontana, let's go. Johnny Fontana. All right, now we're back in the place to be. Okay. Now, first of all, I have to tell you, do not judge me, all right? What we're going to play right here is going to be a variety of progressive, big room / EDM, vocal, a lot of breakdowns, okay? A lot of big stuff, okay? Big room stuff. A lot of this stuff you guys haven't heard me play before. Actually, this was a live recording when I was living in Miami, Nikki Beach. It was for a radio station called Mix 58 FM, and it got broadcasted throughout Latin America. Okay, so it was, I started around 11 or so, and I went on to like maybe, I think 2 or 3, something like that. I think maybe it was like 2. But like I said, Miami over there, there's a lot of Europeans, a lot of, you know, people from different areas, so it was a good mix. Okay, so I was playing more heavy stuff. Now I'm gonna guide you through as I go through it, but again, don't judge me. I spent, you know, some time in Europe, so I have that European flavor as well. And there's a lot of stuff, man, that you guys really don't know about me, man. I got, you know, I'm into sneakers, I'm into, you know, vinyl. I have a new channel that I'm gonna be doing, which is gonna be Half Amazing Discussions, where I'm gonna be discussing about, you know, music, opening, unboxing, you know, classic vinyls, house vinyls, showcasing my sneakers, my classic sneakers, my Air Jordan collection. I mean, doing a whole lot of stuff, you know, talking about careers. You know, I have two what do you call it again? 2 retirement paychecks, you know, coming by the time I'm 58. No, I'm not even that, like 50, you know what I'm saying? I'll have like 2 retirement checks already. So when it comes to career, when it comes to working out, when it comes to, you know, just life in general, I have a lot to offer, you know. So, but anyway, like I said before, this is going to be more progressive style. So let's get into it. All right, this is peak time, man, and let's have some fun, bro. Let's just really have some fun, and I hope you get to know who I am, right? Johnny Fontana. Let's go. All right.
Much. I've never told you that I love you so much. I've never told you that I love you.
Like I said, don't judge me. All right.
I've never told you, baby.
And when it comes to Romanian house, forget about it. I was the first person to play Ina, right, from Romania in Miami, like at the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to Romanian house, forget about it. I have all the classics, man. Like, I'm on it like that, you know? So I have a lot, like, beyond just, you know, regular tech house and funky and Latin stuff like that. So, all right. But now where we're gonna go, we're going up now, okay? So just listen. The reason I'm playing it here, so that you have an understanding of what's going on now, all right? Okay, now understand what's going on right here, okay? Now, like I said before, we're going up. So, everything that I do from this point on, because I'm going up, I'm not gonna have too much dead space, okay? So I'm gonna do a lot of breakdown mixing and bring in the vocals, because a lot of this has breakdowns and so forth and so on. But in this situation right here, I'm going from this to another. I'm going like this. I'm not going like this. I'm going straight up. So I have to allow time for people to understand what's going on. Cut it. All right? So now I'm into a new stage. So I came up like this. So here's the stage. I'm coming up like this now. And I'm gonna keep rising now. But I have to let people adjust to what's going on now. That's why I'm gonna allow the breakdown to happen. When you allow the breakdown to happen, you know, with no music, then you realize what's happening. But from here on, I'm gonna keep on peaking, and there's gonna be minimal breaks like this. I'm gonna do a lot of this breakdown on top of the other beat to keep the momentum going. This is a classic right here, right?
Different time, all the stars are in their prime. Pastel trailer parks are so bright to hide.
Where are all my European DJs at? Where you at? Talk to me. See, I can't do this. Like, a lot of this stuff I can't do in America, man, because they just don't understand, you know. But when I was in Europe, bro, that's why I want to go back, man. I'm working my way to go back to Europe. All right, now we're gonna move it on, okay? Let's move it on. Let's go. All right. Now again, like I said before, I'm gonna keep coming up. And what I did before, I just let the breakdown play. But here I'm gonna let the breakdown play on the upcoming track on top of this beat. So then it keeps on going. Here we go. You hear it? Because I'm going up. Do a little filter, kill the bass a little bit. You see? We're just gonna keep going. Because most of this music anyway has breakdown, so you cannot get away from it. So you have to work with it. But remember, you have to let people get used to where you're going, because I'm not going, you know, I'm going straight up. Talk to me, Johnny Fontana. Let's go.
Con DJ Johnny Fontana.
All right, we're gonna go again. Remember, because all these things have breakdowns, so you can't get away from it. So I'm gonna have to do the breakdown mixes on top of the beats in order to keep it going, instead of just intro and then let the breakdown go. You know what I'm saying? I have to cross them. Here we go. You hear it? I'm gonna kill the bass. 5, 4, 3, 2. You hear that? You gotta enjoy the vocals, man. This is not techno or tech house, you know, when it's just, you know, dubs. This is more live. It's got a lot of, but it's going up.
It's a new life for me, yeah.
You have to understand where you're at. Now, again, let's go back again. Same thing again. It's gonna bring it down. You hear it coming in? Same thing. So you can't get away from these breakdowns because of the kind of music it is. That's what I'm saying. It's not dub. You have to understand that. we're going more. We're going more. We're going more. All right, here's another one. Again, you can't get away from it, right? Here you go. Remember, I'm still peaking. So right here, I'm peaking right here now. So I've come right here. This is the last song before I come back down. So I'm here. You see, again, the other song, I killed the bass. I'm peaking right here. The next one, I'm going down. I'm gonna start going down. Killing it! Killing it! Alright, we're gonna go again. Alright, watch how I'm bringing it down now. This is the last final peak. So I'm always up here, I'm bringing it down now. You hear it coming in? Now remember, this is like maybe like almost 6, 7, maybe 5 years old maybe. This is an old mix. You see? I'm throwing it down. I'm on my way down.
Con DJ Johnny Fontana.
Now this is where like the women, everyone gets together because we were so, before you were like this. Now it's time to come together now, okay? To feel together, feel sexy, bring a lady together and just have a good time. We're on the beach, the wind, the air. Johnny Fontana, let's go. Misha Daniels. This is an old track. And you say DJs don't dance? That's because they don't know how to dance. See? Quick. The next song came in already. Next song came in already. You gotta do it quick. See? See? You don't leave space. Little echo. Now we're gonna go more into the EDM stuff. And then we're gonna go more into the tech house. And then go more, watch. Now at this point right here, because the crowd, it was getting late, you know what I'm saying? So I was dying everything down.
Day after day,
But
night goes by night, I'm running with the speed of light.
I'm gonna bring it up again, but not too high, because it's getting late. So I'm gonna bring it up a little bit, and then we're gonna go down.
I wouldn't care too much if I realized that I hadn't tried to be on time.
Watch, hold on, watch, listen. Listen how it comes down. Which is gonna allow me to bring it up. Continue going. Listen. Hold on, watch. Watch. It's gonna allow me to transition to more of a melodic tech. Listen. It's the same song. See, it's the same song. So now it's gonna allow me to transition to another song. So we're gonna go from two. So it's gonna allow me to transition to another song, right? So I know you remember this one, right? So it's like I said, I came back up a little bit. This is, like I said, this is later on. I played more stuff before that. So I can't play the whole entire mix, so I have to give you an idea of where I'm at, right? So now again, I was on that funky. Now again, I'm gonna let the breakdown play out so people can get adjusted to the new stuff. This is more like tech, funk, melodic, but I'm gonna go more. You see? I looped it. Use a little effects. Use your EQ to bring it down a little bit. Now, it's not that packed now. I remember it wasn't that packed, and it's later, you know what I'm saying? But you still have people. So you don't want to just go too down. But you're still working it down. You have to still have patience. Again, now, like I said, it's getting less packed. So now I'm going to more melodic tech. You hear it coming in? And after this, it's gonna go more to the heady stuff, more darker stuff. You know, more like hypnotic stuff. But watch, I just keep it going. Kill it. Oh, I'm in space now, I'm in heaven now. I remember that time, man, that there was the breeze was coming in, man, and people were right in front, man. And because I don't like people looking at me. I like people dancing. Everyone had their drinks. It was like, because you know everyone was tired from the before, man. Now you were just gonna just chill, but still have that groove and get lost. It's very difficult. Even now in Miami, it's hard to do this now. Very difficult. For everyone like that tech house and techno, it's very difficult. See, getting lost. Let me stop it from there. Then we go on from there, and then I put on some other stuff, and then I closed it out, and I think someone closed for me. And so I didn't go really too dark and underground and stuff like that, because that's just not me. I'm not really too much of an underground. So if I have to play that, if I know people are gonna be there and they're gonna want that, I'll definitely have someone that I know that can play that stuff. That's gonna really go. I mean, I can play it, but I play my style, my different style. But at the time, you just have to know, going in it, what kind of crowd you have and what kind of sound. So that crowd I knew, because it wasn't so European, because I know that at the end you have more of the Latin folks, whatever, so they want to hear more of like the techie, like the really dirty beat stuff, and I'm not really into that stuff, what I'm saying? I like more of this stuff, more stuff that has groove, that it's like you still feel that sexiness, maybe some vocals, whatever. But yeah, so just to recap, like I said before, forget about reading. Okay, when I say reading the crowd, okay, when you get good, we're talking about, see, all this right here is advanced stuff. So I'm not talking about someone who's just starting to DJ and you're in front of like a lounge, whatever, that you may or may not get people. I'm talking about someone who's been DJing for a while, and you have a club where it's guaranteed to have people. Because when you have people, because remember, it's all about working together. So when you have promoters and you have managers and you have DJs that all work together, DJ does his thing with the music, the promoters, the music manager, they bring the people in to pack the place. So your job as a DJ now is not to be sitting here, focusing on the crowd. Oh, that person didn't like this song, or they didn't like. Yes, of course, you're gonna have times where you may play something and the crowd may not feel it. It's okay, but generally speaking, if you have an idea of what the crowd likes, if you have an idea of what the tempo is, that's what it is about being a DJ. You have to have not psychic abilities, but you have to be able to read situations. So you have to know going in. So you're a performer. You are a leader. You're not going in there and saying, oh, I wonder what they want me to play. No, when Bruce Springsteen goes on top, he plays for the crowd. Yes, he has to, whatever, but he has, he's bringing, people want to see him. So when you're a DJ, people want to be taken on journeys. They don't want to dictate to you. You see what I'm saying to you? What they want to hear, what you should be playing. No, you should be feeding off the energy and the timeline, not particularly people and say, oh, well, they're not dancing, so maybe I need to play something else. No, like you play for the crowd, for the energy, and for the timeline. So when you're going up, you have to figure out, okay, how much time do I have? So okay, I'm playing from 11 p.m. until 3 a.m. So I'm gonna come up here. If the crowd is heavy, then I might have to, come up a little bit more. If the crowd is not there, then I might have to filibuster, which is, the Philly, which is basically you don't, bring them too much. You just keep on feeding them some little stuff, and then when the crowd comes in, and then you bring it in. That's why you have to have filler tracks, and you need to be patient. And then obviously. But think about this now. Let's say the night it was raining, or for whatever reason, the night began slow, which means that everyone came in at 1 o'clock. So now you have them from 1 until maybe 2:30. If you playing until 3, your place is closed at 3. You're playing from 10, but it was slow. So you have from 1 until 2:30 to really do your thing. So now you have to go slower. Bring it up a little bit, but not bring it up too high because it's not that packed. So you have to go up and then maybe do like one dip and then come back up and then go down again. Because you want to come down, you don't want to end the night off boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you have to, depending on the situation, like I said, if it's to the point where you are starting off, slow and stuff like that, and you reach to the point where you only have a couple hours because, it was just a bad night, then yeah, you may have to like stop because, it's such a packed crowd and everyone wants to, have their time together and everyone's there. And, sometimes when you're DJing and you cut on the lights and like everyone's there, you're like, whoa, like I thought everyone was going to be leaving. Well, yeah, because sometimes it's just like such a good party, man, or it just got so packed, or maybe it's an event, a holiday, whatever, and you have just a lot of people that just end up staying. So yeah, so you may have to just keep on boom, boom, and maybe, end off the night like that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. But again, you're reading the situation. You're not reading people. You're reading the timeline. But yeah, you may have an opportunity where you can see certain individuals. You see like a black, group in there. Okay, fine. You want to play some Afro house for them. You have an Italian group, European group, Russian group. You want to play some Russian vocals, some Italian vocals. You see some Portuguese, some Latin. Whatever. Like you be able to work with those. You also have to work with your staff. Because the staff, they bring you drinks, the bartenders, so you have to play their favorite songs as well. The people in the back in the kitchen, the people that are waiting at the door. When the doorman opens the door, you have to know, okay, hey, listen, what's playing in there. So all of these things play a role into what you're thinking. So it's not only just reading the crowd, because if you're stuck on reading, oh, they're not liking my music, then you're forgetting about everyone else. Like I said, reading the situation, reading the timeline and the energy of the people that are there. You know what I'm saying to you in terms, because like I said, you're there to deliver. So you have to act like you already know what you're doing and not act like, oh, I'm going to wait for them to react. You have to be proactive, not reactive. You're not reacting to the crowd, you are proactive and they're reacting to you. And yeah, you make adjustments here and there, okay? But I know it's complicated, it's very complicated. So if you have any questions, email me, info@boothridertv.com. I spend a lot of time with a lot of DJs online. They email me all kind of questions, whatever, and we go 2, 3, 4, 5 back emails, and I'm always responding, and that's just what I'm all about, all about teaching, all about educating. I do it for work, I do it for, my military career, I do it for fitness, I do it for business, so it's just about sharing and giving back, what I'm saying to you. But like I said, I also have DJs that I'm, teaching consultant right now that are in Ibiza, whatever like that, which it's here and there. The experience is there over there. Like right now, it's in a weird place because of this, like I said, the tech sound and the saturation of the dominant culture. They want to hear certain sounds. You have more EDM, more of that stuff coming, and less of the other stuff. So it's getting very complicated right now. But anyway, that's for another conversation. So like I said, anytime you want to email me, go. So what I'm gonna do is that my next series I'm gonna have, I'm gonna do more of the What is House series, and then from there, I can do another video which is gonna have a good peak of going from, like, let's say deep house, to tech house, to funky, to hard soul, to more tribal, to progressive, big room stuff, then down to like progressive melodic, and down to more the underground stuff, and more like the heady stuff, for the after hours. So that's how I play. When I play, I start off like that. I go through all the genres, I don't just play only deep house because I get bored if I only play deep house, if I only play tech house, if I only play Latin house, if I only play, whatever, big room, I get bored. So that's why for me, I always choose the places where I know that I'm going to be able to, go here. But obviously, if you're in a particular place, for example, like that night in Miami, I was able to go from my funky stuff to earlier stuff, but then I had a bigger space, a bigger lot where I had to play more because of where I was. Again, reading the energy, again, what you're gonna have to do. I had a lot more time of that big room stuff, but I was able to play the stuff that I like to play here, but that more time was that big room, so I had to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and finally come down to more of the funky stuff that I like, and then not go so up, but then go down to the melodic tech that you heard at the end. So again, it's like a graph. You have to have a graph in your head. You have to be thinking all these things, and it's very complicated, man. So I hope I answered your question. It was a long one, man, but I enjoy doing it, man. I feel good, I feel, what do you call it again? I feel sort of like, blown, because I dedicate a lot of this, to you guys, man. And I know a lot of people don't care, don't understand, but that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a traveling DJ. I don't do that stuff because, again, it's just very difficult, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I like to be able to do what I want to be able to do. And I do a lot of research. Like, a lot of people don't know. I do a whole lot of research. I know exactly what's going on here, what's going on over there, what's going on here. I know where's popular, whatever, and I can feel it, and I know that certain things are not happening. I know people are changing, their styles, and they're not coming back to it because they want to make money and they're following trends, and it's really like in a weird place right now. And everyone wants you to listen to their stuff. You have to listen to techno because that's what's happening. So they feed it down your throat, and it's not fair, So that's why I play everything. So then I cannot say, hey, you listen to this. No, I play everything. So you play everything. You listen to everything, right? So you always have something that you want. You can always prefer to play a certain style, but I'm not saying to play everything, just pick and choose what you want to pick and choose. But I know I'm talking a lot right now. That's what happens when you have all this energy and then it comes down, you just get delirious, you get crazy, and you start talking bullshit. So anyway, that's it, right? I'm gone. I don't want to leave you guys, man. I really don't want to leave, man. I had a great time tonight, man. I really had a fucking good time tonight, man. It was a lot, bro. Fuck. Johnny Fontana, man. We out.